Hello friends, welcome to Suresh Aggarwal's Mathematics Shortcuts. This is the series of videos in which I am taking up some of the topics which are very important for class 6th, 7th, 8th, especially class 8th students. And all these topics they find wide applicability in the quantitative aptitude exams, whether it is SSC CGL or IBPS or the list is endless. So the topic which I am going to take up for this particular video is the topic of equations with brackets and fractions. So whenever you have sufficient knowledge of equations, solving the basic equations, and that too the equations which involve the use of brackets and the use of fractions, then the solving of higher equations becomes easier. More or less, the students who are not comfortable with basic equations, they face challenges in solving higher equations, like when they face quadratic equations in class 10th or in class 9th, they do linear equations in one variable or two variable, those chapters, they tend to make silly mistakes, and that is why these topics which I am taking up is they are like very important for the basic knowledge and also for building up on that basic knowledge to crack the higher topics. So friends, before taking up the complete video on equations with brackets and fractions, let me just tell you about the India's #1 Vedic maths video course which we have already brought out. This is the complete beginner level course. As you can see, I have mentioned here the beginner level, and this Vedic maths video course is going to go a long way in developing those tendencies in you which are required to crack the higher calculations. So in this video course I have taken the basic topics because it's a beginner level course, but it doesn't mean that it is meant only for junior students. It is for everyone who wants to excel in quantitative aptitude, who wants to build up the speed of calculations, doing 10 times faster calculations. So the topics are addition, subtraction, multiplication, division and divisibility, but you can see that I have given 61 explanatory videos in this course, and the concepts are explained in detail with illustrations, and we have given 114 worksheets which the child can practice, and that too the worksheets comes with answer key. So friends, if you want to grab a copy of this amazing beginner level Vedic maths video course, you can send me a message on WhatsApp. This is my WhatsApp number 9896369963. Best offers are going on right now on this video course, and I'm sure this is going to develop the tendencies in you which you can build on in subsequent years. So friends, what are the topics and the questions in hand? Look at this. These are some basic equations which we will be cracking in this particular video. The first equation which I have written here is a simple equation where the constants and the variables are scattered. Like we have some terms containing x on the left hand side and the constants on the left hand side, and some terms containing x and some constant terms on the right hand side as well. So what we need to do in such cases, follow some basic steps. Students tend to take them lightly and therefore they commit so many errors. So let's have a rule settled for yourself in your mind. So what I will do is I'll convert all the terms containing x to a single term on each side. Like if you see the left hand side, 6 plus 3x, they are unlike terms. There is a single term which contains x and a single term which does not contain x. But on the right hand side, if you see carefully, 5x and 3x are like terms. So there are two terms which does not contain x, and that is where you need to be smart. You just need to convert 5x minus 3x as 2x in the first step itself, because it is pretty elementary, right? What the students do is they shift all the terms on one side, thereby making errors in change of sign, or even sometimes they copy the terms wrongly when they transfer it from one side to another side. So 5x minus 3x is actually 2x, and finally we have two constants here, minus 5 and plus 6, which gives us plus 1. So what is the smart thing and the take home message in the first question? Always convert multiple like terms into a single term, whether they are on the left side or on the right side. After that, grouping of terms. So now we need to swap the terms so that all the like terms, that means the terms containing x are on one side and the terms which do not contain x are on the other side. Normally what I do is I look for the higher coefficient, like 3x, 3 is the coefficient here and 2x, 2 is the coefficient here. So how will I swap them? I'll keep 3x here and I will take the 2x to the other side, making it minus 2x. So on the right hand side, I already have this plus 1, so no change with plus 1. Only this term plus 6 is going to be shifted to the right hand side, making it minus 6. And what happens after that is pretty elementary. 3x minus 2x is x and 1 minus 6 is minus 5, which is the solution for this particular question. It's always recommended, friends, that you should check your solution before leaving the answer there. So you can do it mentally, x equal to minus 5. So if you put minus 5 here, whatever you get as the left hand side, and if you put minus 5 in two places here, whatever you get on the right hand side, these two terms have to be exactly same. So the solution, x equal to minus 5. Let's see another one. Here we have some fractions, and whenever the equation involves the use of fractions, the question becomes all the more tricky. So what am I going to do here? I am going to look for like terms, and I noticed here that there is only one term containing x on the left side and a constant term, so they are unlike terms, single terms, right? And likewise on the right hand side, one term containing x and one constant term. So I can't add the like terms whether they are on the left side or on the right side because they are unlike terms. So we will skip that step, and now the step is to group the like terms on one side. So for that I can do, see, this 2/5 of x is positive, right, and negative 11 by 15x. So I always prefer to make the coefficients of x positive. So when I shift the terms, I ensure that the shifting is done in such a way that the positive side, the positive term, that side I should have all the terms containing x. So what I will do here is I will keep 2/5 of x here, and this negative 11 15th x will be shifted to here, which becomes plus 11 by 15 x. And on the left hand side I already had 3 by 2, here it is, and minus 13 by 4 is shifted to the left and it becomes plus 13 by 4. Now see what happened with this. Everything is positive here and there are very less chances of committing errors. Now this is the smart thing. Students, they follow a rule in their mind that they have to shift all the terms containing x on the left side. It is not mandatory, friends, and you have to do it in such a way that you get rid of all the negatives. If not all, at least most of the negative signs have to be omitted somehow, right? So what is the next step? Now we will add these. So 3 by 2 plus 13 by 4, I think this has an LCM of 4, right? On the right hand side, 5 and 15, they have an LCM of 15, right? So 4 means this becomes 6 plus already 4, so 13. 15 means 6x, and then plus 15 already is there, so 11x. So here I have taken the LCM, and now 13 plus 6 is 19, so 19 upon 4 equals 11 plus 6 is 17, so 17x upon 15. So I don't have any common factors here, whether in the numerators or in the denominator of numerator and denominator, right? So I can cross multiply safely and that will give my answer. So this is 17x plus times 4 and this is 19 times 15. So 68x is equal to 19 times 15. So 190 plus 95. This is 285. So 285 means this will be the numerator of my answer and the denominator will be 68. So your answer is 285 upon 68. You can even convert this to a mixed number, doesn't matter, that's an elementary step. So friends, 3 or 4 steps and you get to your answer. Let's see some more questions like this. Here we have another question where there are fractions and decimal also. So whenever you have decimals, don't worry about decimals. If you can convert that to fraction, wonderful. If you can't convert that to fractions, you can keep them as it is and add and subtract decimals also, because you have learned that in junior classes. So I'll group the terms here. Here I have, see, this is 0.5x, so this is pretty easy for me. 0.5 is half x, and then we have this x upon 3 or 1/3 x, you can write it anyway, and then this 0.25 is 1/4, so 1/4 x and plus 6. See, I have so many terms here containing x, so I can group them on one side directly, or I prefer to add these two first. So this gives me an LCM of 6 here, 2 and 3, the LCM is 6, so 3x plus 2x, and on the right hand side I have, you can take the LCM here also, that also works. So if I take the LCM 4, this will be x plus 24, right? Now what is the smart thing? In the denominators you have a common factor. 4 and 6, they go into 2, right? So this becomes 2 and this becomes 3. So 5x upon 3 is equal to x plus 24 upon 2, which I can now cross multiply and get to my final answer. So if you cross multiply this will be 10x equals, if you cross multiply this will be 3x plus 72, and so 3x comes this side, gets subtracted, so 7x equals 72, so x is 72 upon 7, which gives me my answer. Now there are ways you do it, you may not be converting the decimals to fractions and then writing the answer directly, so it works that way also. Let's see another one. The sum of digits of a 2-digit number is 11. So whenever you have a 2-digit number, obviously it has a unit place or the ones digit and the tens digit, right? So if you see here, the sum of digits is 11. So if you assume that the unit digit or the ones place or the ones digit, unit digit is x, okay? Now the sum of digits being 11, the tens digit will be, see, if the sum of two things is known and one of them is known, you are going to subtract the sum and the first digit to get the second digit, right? If unit digit is x, then tens digit is 11 minus x. Now I have assumed the digits. Let's frame the equation. If the ones digit, so what is the ones digit? X exceeds the tens digit by 3. So 11 minus x is the tens digit, and this number exceeds this by 3. So exceeds means plus. So this is the simple equation which we have to solve. Now you can bring minus x to this side. So x plus x becomes 2x, and 11 plus 3 is 14. So here value of x is 14 upon 2, that is 7. Now what is being asked in the question? He is asking us to find the number. Now when you have to find the number is 10 times the tens digit plus the unit digit. Now this is how you write a 2-digit number. 10 times the tens digit plus the unit digit. So 10 times, what is the tens digit? 11 minus x. X is 7. So tens digit will be 11 minus 7, which is 4. So 4, and plus the unit digit is x. So x is 7, and thereby you get the answer 40 plus 7, 47, and that is the answer for the question. Pretty easy. If you can understand the basics, I think this will work. Let's have next two questions. Smriti's father is 4 times as old as Smriti. So Smriti's father's age is given in terms of Smriti's age. So if you assume that Smriti's, let me just erase this. If you assume that Smriti's age is x years, then the father's age is in terms of Smriti's age, and what is it? 4 times, so 4x years, right? This is how you assume. Now what happens after 5 years? So after 5 years, Smriti will be x plus 5 and her father will be 4x plus 5. So 5 years are added to both their ages. Now how are these related? Father will be 3 times as old as Smriti. So father, that means 4x plus 5, will be means equal to 3 times as old as Smriti. So 3 times as old as Smriti. Smriti is x plus 5. And so I can open the brackets and solve. I will get the answer. So if I open the brackets, this will be the equation. 3x comes this side, so this becomes x, and 5 goes that side. 15 minus 5 is 10. So x is 10. So we need to find their present ages, right? So how old is Smriti? Smriti is 10 years because x was assumed as Smriti's age. Father was 4x, so the father is 4 times 10, that is 40 years of age. This is the answer for the question. Pretty simple question. Just the assumption part and the framing of the equation is really important. Let's see the last one for this video. Find 3 consecutive integers. So whenever he asks you to find consecutive integers, we all know that consecutive integers, they differ by 1, right? Like 7, 8, 9. They are consecutive integers. So how do you assume them? Let the integers be. Let the integers be. So if you assume the first one is x, the next one is x plus 1, and the next one is x plus 2. This is how you assume consecutive integers. Now the framing of the equation according to the statement given in the question. Sum of first one is x, right? Sum means plus, twice the second is x plus 1, and 3 times the third, the sum of these 3 is negative 76. He has given it in the question. So we have framed the equation, and now it's all about opening the brackets, combining the like terms, getting to your final answer, which will be the value of x. So open the brackets. X plus 2x plus 2 plus 3x plus 6 equals negative 76. So if you combine all the x's here, it is 6x, and then plus 2 plus 6 is plus 8 equals negative 76, which gives me 6x equals negative 76 negative 8, right? And so 6x is negative 84, and gives me x equals negative 84 by 6, which is negative 14. So what is the answer? The first integer, or the integers are, what were the integers? X, x plus 1 and x plus 2, right? So x is minus 14, x plus 1, and then x plus 2. X plus 1, if you add 1 to this, you get minus 13, and if you add 1 to this, you get minus 12, and here is your answer. The 3 consecutive integers are minus 14, minus 13, and minus 12. Now that's how you solve problems based on the decimals, fractions, equations, word problems. Everything is there in this particular video. So friends, I hope you will be greatly benefited by these basic videos which I am putting up on the channel, so that you learn the skill to crack them. And if you want a detailed copy of these worksheets, you got to send me a message on WhatsApp 9896369963. But mind you, you must be willing to invest little bit on your education, because these PDFs or the ebooks which I am sending you are not free. They are based on so much of hard work. So friends, do share this video with all the friends who are struggling in such basic concepts. Do subscribe the channel, and along with subscription, you need to click the bell shaped icon. That's very important, because otherwise you will be missing out on the notifications. So friends, thanks for watching this video. Look for more such videos in future also. All the best.